a couple blocks, have them at the ready. And whatever else you like to have for your own personal practice. And that's all. That's all I got for us today. We will lie down. We will lie down to start. I had to think about that for a moment. So as you come to a reclining position, arrange your body so you're comfortable and check in. Check in and notice what's going on in there today. Maybe it's that you notice an echo of what you mentioned at our check-in. Maybe there's something that's just kind of showing up as you're giving the attention to the breath and the body. So notice what you notice as you settle in. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the air on your skin. Okay, good. Breathing in, breathing out. And take a moment to draw one knee into the chest, hug the knee in, and stretch the other leg out long on your mat with the heel connected to the floor, almost as if you're standing on a wall with the straight leg. Standing on an imaginary wall, the heel is anchored down, breathing in, breathing out. Let the thigh bone on the straight leg drop down. Now circle the knee in the air. You might do this without the arm, or if you prefer, you can guide the movement with the hand. Our intention is to, and circle the other way, our intention is to give a little bit of lubrication to the hip joint. And bring both knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. And switch legs. Now with the other knee hugged in, energize the straight leg, flexing the foot, anchoring the heel. Sending the thigh bone down toward the earth. Breathing here. Notice the neck, the jaw, the shoulders, what's happening in that area. And now, circles with this knee. Moving from the hip joint, go slowly so you don't miss anything. Go the other way. If you hit a thunky or weird spot, detour a little around it. Detour to the quietest, most pain-free spots. Because our intention isn't like, oh, let's lean into some trouble spot. It's just lubrication, just waking up things. Bring that knee into the chest. Bring both knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side. Take the feet down flat to the mat. Heel toe your feet mat width apart, arms out wide, and slow windshield wipers. Tip the knees way over to one side. And then generously way over to the other side. And the next time your knees tip over to the right, you might stretch the left arm overhead and feel the space on the left side of the body, how long your torso is, how stretched out the abdomen and the front of the thigh can be. Breathe into this space and release and change sides. Tip the knees to the left and you might reach the right arm overhead. Breathing here into the spaciousness on the right side. Breathe and feel how the rib cage expands, how the belly rises into this extra space. And when you're ready, release the arms, come back to center, heel toe the feet back in, bring both knees into the chest, and we'll take knee pumps, which is just squeezing the knees in, squeeze them in, let them go, squeeze them in, let them go. And if that feels really lovely and you want to add a little more kind of kicking up to increase the momentum and the rocking, you can do that. That doesn't feel good in your body, then do it another way that does. And the knees hug into the chest again. Open the arms out wide. Curl up into a little ball. Arms around the legs. Lift the head if that feels okay. And pull the belly button down toward the spine, down toward the mat. Feel the abdominal muscles working even as you're holding and hugging in here. And slowly, gently lower the head back down. Relax the effort. Rock a little. And we'll do that one more time. Pull the belly button down. So feel the work in this core of muscles that wrap around your torso. And pick up the head and breathe. And slowly lower down. Take the legs up in the air. The knees can be a little bent if that gives the hamstrings some greater amount of happiness and freedom. So with the legs up in the air, the arms go down by your sides. The arms are only allowed to help a little. So don't overwork the arms, the neck, the shoulders, because this is meant to be an ab strengthener. So what tends to happen is if the abs aren't quite strong enough to do the movement, other muscles will say, oh, hey, no problem, honey. I will do the work for you. But then our back hurts or our neck hurts or something else is not feeling good because it's overworking. So let's give the abs a chance to get strong. Zip up the belly, press your low back down into the mat, and only lower the legs as far as they can go while your low back stays right where it is. When it starts to move, you've gone too far. Come on back up with the legs. Lower down. And as you're doing this, you should feel the effort in the lower abdominal area, not in your back, not in your neck. Yeah, that's it. Good, good. Keep going. We want to do enough to make the muscles tired. Back to legs overhead. Now take the feet down flat to the mat. Once again, windshield wipers. Heel toe the feet out wide and generously sweep the knees from side to side. Knees bent, feet flat. Allowing the hips and belly to move around, unwind, come back to center, walk the feet in again. And then from here, excuse me, from here, bring the knees into the chest once again, arms out wide to the sides, and we'll curl our way to each arm. So shoulder blades, both shoulder blades, stay on the mat at all times. If one shoulder blade starts to lift, pull your belly back and bring the knees back just enough that the shoulder blades can stay the whole time. And take the knees toward one arm. Bring them in nice and close for this round. And then up and over. And take it to the other side. Pull the navel to the spine, up and over. Take it to the other side. Pull the belly button down, up and over. Take it to the other side. Just like that. Make it more ab work than it has to be. So there are many areas in our practice where we don't want to over effort. And in this case, we're intentionally over efforting to give the core stabilizing muscles a chance to get stronger. Check in every now and then with your neck. We're almost there. Sometimes the neck wants to help. It's not very effective. Come on back to center. Touch the feet down. And once again, we'll use windshield wipers as our unwinding. Feet are wide apart, knees bent. Swing the knees from side to side. Good, good. Return to center. Walk the feet back in. And let's come on over to the right side. So we're in a fetal position on the right. As one of our students reminded me of this just yesterday, and I hadn't done it in a long time and remembered, oh yeah, this is nice. So we start in a fetal position. There are three parts to this, and we go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, if that makes sense. So we start with 2 feet lifting up in the air. That's part 1. Then we lift the knee. That's part 2. Then we do a ninja kick in the air. When we do the ninja kick, do not kick out in front of you. Kick straight down along the line of your mat. Like if you cannot see your foot, that's good news. If you see your toes out in front of you, you're kicking too far forward. Kick in a straight line to your body. Yes, you can kick high, but do not kick forward. Do not kick forward. I see you. I see you. All right, come on back. Let's start. Oh, and then once we do the ninja kick, we come back to the 1 knee up and then 2 feet and back down. All right, 2 feet lifted, butterfly, that's the knee lift, ninja kick straight down the line of your mat, not forward, back to butterfly, 2 feet in the air, and down. 2 feet lifted, butterfly, ninja kick, back to butterfly, 2 feet, and down. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly. 2 feet and down. You feel some of the work? Good. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. Let's do one more. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. Nicely done. Other side. So same combination here, starting with knees bent, 2 feet lifted, then butterfly, ninja kick. See where your leg is. It might want to go out in front. Check this leg. Back to butterfly, 2 feet and down. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. Good. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. Let's go again. Butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. One more. 2 feet, butterfly, ninja kick, butterfly, 2 feet and down. Good. Rest a moment. You might notice especially in the muscles of the outer hip. Those guys are strengthening. Yeah. So let's stay in that fetal position for a moment and reach right arm out and twist like you're opening the hardcover of a book. And then roll back over to your side again and let the hand touch the floor. You might even reach good in your body. If your body says, hey, it feels kind of nice to follow the moving thumb with your gaze, then do that. It will wind up when you're in the twist, you're looking over that shoulder and back behind you. Now, if your body says, oh, hell no to any part of that, adjust and take care of yourself, right? Take care of yourself. If there's a really troublesome spot, change the way you move the arm. It's not canon. It's not like, oh, you'll only get benefit if you do it this one specific way. And if you do it any other way, you're doomed. It doesn't work like that. Open up, come into the twist, and then stay a while. See what position your arms want to be in, especially that one that's going behind you. Because what we're aiming for is this benefit of the spinal twist. So take care of whatever areas of your body may ask for a little extra care in order to stay in the spinal twist with some comfort. Take a couple more breaths. If you feel something stretchy, that's great. If you feel something sharp, change position until that sharpness dissipates. And gently come back over to your side and then flip on over, switch sides. As you head to the other side, same thing here. Reach the top arm out in front of you and then open up with either bent elbow or straight arm. Follow the moving thumb with your gaze or not. The arm is a useful part of the pose, but it really is just a way to usher us in and out of the twist. The arm is not at all the main event. It's just it's a catalyst. And the next time you open up and you're in the twist, stay there. Reposition the arms if needed, or the head. It should be a little uncomfortable, but not painful, right? A little uncomfortable meaning you feel the twist, and maybe you notice that it's more challenging to take a deep breath. That's part of the mechanics of being in a spinal twist. It will naturally restrict how easily we can take a deep breath in. Take your time with it. Take your time with the breath and see where it can go. Take a few more breaths right here. And come back over to your side. Scooch and wriggle onto your back. So I want to do this, something we've been working on a lot this week, this segmented bridge pose. And it's absolutely for the health of your back, especially your low back. Start with your knees bent and your feet flat. Arms near your sides. And start as if we just wanted to do ab work. Pull your belly button down, press your low back into your mat. Then relax that. Let's pick up the glutes the next time. Pull the belly button down and squeeze your glutes, but don't lift your low back up yet. Just squeeze your buns like your bum wants to lighten up on the mat. Like I don't even think, no, there's no daylight between my bum and the mat. I'm just squeezing and it's kind of lightly on the mat and then back down. Your bum may lift a little, that's fine. Now pull the belly button down, squeeze the glutes, then let the low back lift, but don't let your rib cage lift. Don't let your back ribs lift yet. Lower back lowers down, glutes lower down, take a breath in. This round we will invite the ribs, but they have to wait their turn. Pull the belly button down, squeeze the glutes, then let the low back lift, and then the ribs from the bottom gradually upward. Stay there, and then curl down. The rib cage comes down, the low back comes down, the glutes come down. This time we'll add the arms and they'll go up when the ribs come up. Belly button down, squeeze the glutes, peel the low back up. The ribs start lifting, so do the arms. And the arms can go as far overhead as they want, allowing the shoulder blades also to lift up off the back. So now it's a little higher in the rib cage. From here, the arms will come down, helping the shoulder blades to touch down, the bottom ribs touch down, the low back touches down, and finally the glutes. Just like that. Pull the belly button down, squeeze and lift the glutes, lift the low back, lift the bottom ribs and arms. Continue to lift upward along the back of the rib cage. Stay lifted, take a couple breaths, and gradually lower down. The arms come down along with the shoulder blades, and then the bottom ribs, and then your low back, and lastly your bum. One more time. Pull the belly button down, squeeze the glutes and lift them. Lift the low back, lift the bottom ribs, peel the arms up, any amount, lifting the shoulder blades. Stay there and breathe. Now, if you want, for this last round, you could leave your arms reaching overhead. Make your choice and then lower your shoulder blades to the mat, your bottom ribs to the mat, your low back to the mat, and your bum. And when you come all the way down, bring the knees into your chest and rock. Let's turn this into happy baby. Place the hands behind the thighs, knees are bent, feet lightly flexed, and you're rocking side to side. Yeah, bring the shins so the shins are kind of vertical. It's almost like you're doing a very deep squat on the ceiling. Yeah, bend the knees toward the outer rib cage. Yes, yes, good. And come on back to center. And touch the feet down. Scooch over and let's flip ourselves over. Come on to hands and knees in tabletop. Tabletop pose. And as we arrive here, we're going to go straight to a combination of child's pose on the exhale and return to tabletop on the inhale. Just that. The rhythm of your breath determines how quickly you go. Take the entire inhale to slowly come up to tabletop. Take the entire exhale, belly is zipped up, neck is relaxed, to come back to child's pose. Just like that. When we use the breath and the movement together like this, it gives the movement a more meditative quality. Good. When you're in child's pose, now stay there. Breathe. If you want to press the palms down and straighten the arms. If your body prefers the arms being relaxed, you can relax the arms. Again, taking care of yourself is the priority, right? That's why we're doing the practice. Walk the hands over to the right side, bending in child's pose. If it's comfortable, stack the left palm on top of the right, breathing into the sides of the rib cage. Let the head and the neck relax. For me, when I stack the arms, one of my arms makes a little pillow for my head and it just rests there, and that feels comfortable. See what works for you. Walk the hands to the other side. And as you walk the hands to the left, maybe the right hand stacks on top. Breathe here. Walk the hands back to center. Slowly curl your way back to hands and knees to our tabletop pose. If the knees were out wide for child's pose, bring them back in and pick up your block. So if you've done thread the needle, the shoulder edition, the shoulder stretch, thread the needle, not the hip stretch, this will look familiar. This movement, though, is not restful. just in case you're wondering. If you have a block, place a block in your right hand. You can really hold anything, right? Like I could put a little towel there, as long as you have something light that's in your hand. If you have a very heavy block, be careful. All right, from here, you'll take your right arm and dive through, hovering off the floor. Don't actually touch the floor. Then pull the block back and pivot. Your elbow goes to the front, your block goes to the back. It should feel like it's the wrong thing to do, but go ahead and do it anyway. Take the arm out so you're backwards up. Yeah, and then if this messages weirdly into your neck or shoulders or hands, then don't do it. Press into the bottom hand, turn your chest. You'll need to flex at the wrist to keep the block from bonking you on the head. Yeah, see if you can keep the block parallel to the floor. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Michelle. Yeah. Allow the wrist to bend. And then slowly come on back. And we'll do the same thing. Pivot, dive through, hovering, pull the block back, pivot the elbow forward, the block goes backward, go backward up with the arm out to the side, press into the left hand and twist to the right, flexing the wrist as you go so the block doesn't bonk you on the head. Yeah, that's it. And then come back down last time on this side. Dive through and hover. Pull the block back, pivot. Backwards up with the arm and into the twist. It is innovative. I cannot take credit for this. I did not make this up, but I really dig it. I learned it from a fellow teacher who's also a physical therapist, Sarah Court. She's really lovely. But yeah, it's one of my current favorite things. My favorite weird things to do are continuously changing. Yeah, and it really, like, it's a twist, it's controlled movement, but it also kind of messes with your head, and that's part of the benefit as well, right? Challenging ourselves to move in new ways. Dive through hovering, because that's good for our brain. Right? Pull back, pivot the elbow forward, and the block out to the side. We're backwards up, and then up we go to the sky, length and reach. And come on back down. Pivot the forearm, dive through again, hovering. Pull the block back. Pivot, elbow forward, block back. Once you're backwards up, go all the way into the twist. Slowly back down. And then last time, dive through, hover. Oh, feel the twist there. And then we go the other way, backwards up with the arm and into the twist and pause. Take a couple breaths there. Turn your chest more, your arm less. Oh, hello. Good. And then come back down. Release the block. And child's pose with the arms relaxed, any way that's comfortable. Give the shoulders and the neck a chance to rest. Take a few breaths here. Slowly, gently. And shift forward, come down onto your belly. And we'll do a few cobra push-ups. First, zip up your belly, and press your pubic bone down into the mat, and make sure your legs are really active and awake. So we don't do, in this case, we're not gonna relax the legs. We really wanna use the legs. Press the tops of the feet down. Forehead rests on the mat. Hands alongside the chest at whatever width feels comfortable. You've got some room to play here. Check in with your shoulders and neck. See that you're starting in a comfortable position. And then it's a little bit like the way we gradually lifted in our bridge pose, but now we're starting from the neck and moving down instead of starting from the pelvis and the glutes and moving up. So zip up the belly, pubic bone down. I'll say that a million more times because I know the lower body forgets it's involved sometimes. Peeling up, at least mine does. Maybe yours doesn't. Maybe yours remembers. Peel the chest, the head, and then slowly unpeel yourself. The next time you come up, And don't let the head kind of outpace the rest of the body. Keep the curve in the back of your neck nice and long, and let that curve move down in between your shoulder blades. You might press the hands a little extra. Slowly, slowly, slowly go down. This is a controlled movement. That's why we do it slowly. It helps us get stronger as we're lengthening. All right, peeling up again. Lifting the head, the gentle curve moving from your neck down in between your shoulder blades. And as you press your hands perhaps a little more, maybe your belly button peels up. Don't force anything. And as you come back down, lengthen, 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 and lay yourself down. Ah. And let's do that again. You can always pause at any point along the way. Peeling up. Remember, abs are on, pubic bone down. The neck comes into the back bend, the shoulder blades, and now the navel can lift up. Maybe we're on the tops of the thighs. Maybe now we're on the knees. And it looks like sort of a back bendy knee push-up. Yeah. Good. Lengthen out as you lower down. Last one. On this last one, curling up gradually, pressing gradually more with the hands. Now, once you're in the cobra knee push-up, if you want to press the tops of your feet down and lift your knees off the mat, go ahead. It is not mandatory. Then lower down gradually. The thighs come down, the pelvis, the abdomen, the chest, and then all the way down. You might make a pillow with your hands, bend your knees, rock side to side. Breathe. Press the floor with your hands. Knee push up if you want, or really any way you like. And we'll come to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes together, long spine. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And come to hands and knees to tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath. Lift your navel. Now lift your hips and knees up off the mat. Downward facing dog. You can have your feet anywhere from hip width to mat width apart. If the hamstrings are tight, sometimes it feels better to have the feet a little wider. Same thing with the arms, shoulder width or wider. And settle in there. Lift the navel. Energize your legs. Take your right leg up and back behind you. Pull the knee into your nose, come into a push-up with the knee pulled in. Take the leg up and back behind you again. Pull the knee to the nose, push up. One more time. Take the leg up and back again. Pull the knee in, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Now step it through. Step your right foot through, scooch and wriggle and scooch and wriggle. If you get stuck, you can, sometimes it gets stuck, right? Especially as we're learning. So if you got partway there and you're like, uh-oh, now what, right? Then you can walk, take little steps. You can even help it with the same hand. Sometimes that's useful. If all else fails and it goes sideways, put the back knee down. Now the front foot can come as far forward as it needs to be, and you're all set there. Good. Yeah, there's always a way. From here, peel yourself to upright and breathe. Take the arms overhead. Inhale. We will twist and open the arms wide. Twist to the right, open the arms. Face forward, the arms go overhead. You can bend the elbows. You can have the arms lower if that's better for you. But arms are wider as you twist. Arms are more overhead or upright as you come to center. So if you're doing cactus arms, you can do cactus arms at center and keep them as you rotate, or reach up when you face forward and out as you rotate. Back to center, take a breath. Bring your hands down. Tuck your toes underneath on your back leg and lift the back knee. Keep the hips low. The muscles of the outer hips are hugging in, helping to support you. Make sure your hands aren't holding you too much. Invite your legs to do most of the work. Rock a little forward and back. And as you rock forward, use a bit of that momentum to step in, either many tiny steps with the left foot or a giant step or something in between. Hang there, folded over your toes. Knees are bent. You might hold opposite elbows. Let your back lengthen, let your hamstrings lengthen. Slowly, gently ease your way to upright. Root down into your feet. Inhale, reach the arms overhead, and exhale, arms circle back down, and we fold back down low. Hands to the mat. Step one foot at a time back. We will start in down dog. Start in downward facing dog. Root down into the arms, lift the hips. Breathe here, establish your pose. Take the left leg up and back. Pull the knee to the nose, we're in a push-up. Left leg up and back, that's two. Pull the knee to the nose. On this one, we'll step through, up and back, inhale. Pull the knee to the nose, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then step the foot through. Squiggle it, help it, bring the back knee down if needed. Good. And then everybody bring the back knee down because that's where we're headed next. Back knee down, peel yourself to upright. Arms overhead, and breathe. Open into the twist. Twist left, arms open. Inhale, face forward, arms overhead. Open as you twist. Arms overhead as you face forward. One more time. Bring your hands down to your mat. Tuck your toes underneath and lift the back knee. Keep the hips low. Outer hips hug in toward your midline. Breathe here. See that your legs are doing more, your arms barely helping at all. Rock a little forward and back. Again, have the legs do most of the work, and then step forward in any number of steps. Come halfway up this time. Take a breath in. Fold back down. Relax your neck. Press into your feet, zip up your belly, and slowly come up to stand. Slowly, slowly, all the way up. Reach the arms overhead and hands to the heart. Release the arms, roll your shoulders up and back, down and around. Root into your feet, lift the navel up, reach your sitting bones down towards your heels. Standing tall in Tadasana, mountain pose. As if we're a conduit between earth and sky. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, fold down. Halfway up is the inhale. Fold down is the exhale. Keep low with the knees bent. Place your hands outside your feet and step your left leg back. From here, the back knee will bend, but not all the way to the floor. Back knee bends, come up into crescent pose. Pelvis is upright, abs should be working here. Stay on the ball of the back foot. Arms overhead, either cactus or reaching up straight. And then remember that twist we did a little while ago? We're going to do it up here. Open the arms out, twist to the right, and come back to center. You can do anything you want with the arms as you pivot the torso. Yes, and back to center one more time. We twist, right here, and back to center. Bring the hands down. Step the right foot back, come into a push-up, plank, top of a push-up. Lower your knees down. Lower down gently to your belly. One cobra. Peel, make sure your legs are active, your abs are active. Peel the chest up, lower back down. Tuck the toes underneath. Knee push up. Downward facing dog. From down dog, take your left leg up and back. Pull the knee in. Left leg up and back. Pull the knee in. And step all the way through. Keep the back knee lifted, but bend it generously as we slowly come up to crescent. From crescent, lift the navel up, looking forward, and then twist to your left. Inhaling, twisting. Exhaling back to center. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more time. Bring the hands down. Breathe. Good. From here, rock a little forward and back. Step all the way up. Come halfway up. Take a breath in. Fold down low. Stay there for several breaths. The knees can be bent. The arms can do whatever they want to do. You can be still or you can move. The choice is yours. Slowly, gently come to an upright position. And from here, take the right arm out in front of you. Bend the elbow. Bring the other hand, the back of the hand, to the outer elbow. And as you root down into your feet, zip up your belly, create a little resistance. If your elbow were free to do what it wants, it'd go out like that, but you're going to press back with the hand. Yeah. And just enough. It doesn't need to be like, just enough that you notice, oh, there's a little bit of resistance here that energizes the pose. Release the arms, inhale. And exhale. Take the other arm out in front, bend the elbow. Take the right hand, back of the hand, presses the outer elbow. Shrug the shoulders down, but lift the belly, lift the chest, lift the crown of the head. Breathe here. So in all of our standing poses, there's an imprint of Tadasana. There's an imprint of mountain pose. The feet are grounded. The belly is lifted. Crown of the head is long. And gently unwind. Take one more circle with the arms. Inhale. Out to the side and down. Exhale. Separate the feet. Now, we'll come down into a squat and you'll decide how low your hips want to go, or maybe your hips will decide for you. In some bodies, it's not comfortable to bend the knees a lot. In others, it feels really lovely. So take care of yourself. If it feels better for you to be at a wall, kind of a wide chair squat, wide-legged chair squat, you can do that. Or lower the hips and come into a very low squat. Anything kind of in between. Yeah. And use the position that you're in to lengthen your low back. You know, we're reclaiming the squat. It's kind of been taken out of a lot of what we do in our like Western culture, especially as we sit in chairs, right? We don't like go out and you can really let your back do whatever it wants. It can be rounded, it's fine. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And because we we don't like squat to go to the bathroom, and we don't spend time squatting, most like people in the United States, we start to lose the ability to move like this. And so part of my mission in our yoga practice is let's reclaim some of that mobility and strength that we may have lost along the way. Yeah. Yeah, so you'll be ready for your next trip. All right, release. Swing the legs out. And once the legs are out, then give them a little bit of love. Some gentle movement, some swinging. And the good news is, like, it's never too late. It's never too late to work on building strength. There have been studies done on folks in their 90s who start weight training. And it's not like they're trying to be bodybuilders, but they start lifting some light weights and they are able to build muscle. So we're all going to be okay. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Jacqueline Lane. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, light. Oh, hang on. Let's do one thing before we lie down. Bend your right knee. Place your right foot flat. Sit tall. And this is where, if you feel a lot of pull in the back of the straight leg, it might be an indicator your hamstrings are kind of tight. And if you feel a lot of that pull, give yourself more of a backward lean. In fact, let's all give ourselves a backward lean. It'll look like a casual twist. You'll take the right hand behind you and the left hand to the opposite knee. Yeah. You can totally go the other way, but I want it to be a conscious choice. So 2 ways of doing this twist. Option 1, get as long as you can in your spine. You're going to keep the backward twist. Turn your chest toward the bent knee to the right, and then negotiate with your body and see how vertical your spine can come while your straight leg remains straight. And then, if you're feeling really constricted by twisting this way, you could, as an option, make the conscious choice to twist the other way. Just gives you a little more breathing room. So both ways are valid. If your body has a strong preference for one, then feel free to go with that. Breathe here, long spine, easy shoulders. Unwind gently, change legs. Right, left knee bends, opposite hand to the knee, the other hand behind, lean a little bit, back, long spine, twist to the left, and breathe. Notice what you feel. How are things in the back of the straight leg? How are things feeling overall in the twist? Get a bit more vertical. How does that feel? Can you still sit tall? If it feels like you're being pulled into a fetal position, take advantage of the backward lean to give you space and length. So in that squat that we did, we weren't really concerned about getting a straight spine. We kind of let the spine do what it does, but work on the core and the hips. With this, we do want to cultivate a long spine. Unwind gently and release and swing the legs. Let's take the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. You can vary how far or close the feet are to you based on comfort. And depending on the architecture of your hips, the knees may be higher or lower. Completely fine. You're going to start to come forward. Now, if you come forward, you're like, oh crap, I'm stuck. See if moving the feet around, forward or back, gives you a little more room to go forward. I find in my body, if I take the feet further forward, it opens up some space to hinge at the hip. See what's true in your body. Many times this forward hinge is more about the bony architecture of your pelvis and your thigh bone than it is about muscle stretching. So do not force. Breathing in, breathing out. Slowly walk the hands back in. Gather the knees in. And then you might scooch forward if you're toward the back of your mat or space and lie down. Lie down on your back, hug your knees, rock side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. Now check in with your body for a moment. How's it feeling right now? Let's take a hip stretch. We've done several things to strengthen the muscles in the outer hips, gluteus medius and some of its friends. So now let's give them a stretch. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And your choice. You might do thread the needle, reach the hands through, clasp behind the left thigh. A second version would be to leave the bottom foot down and use the hands to direct and guide the position of the crossed over leg. Sometimes you get more out of that. It just depends. Again, a lot of this is dependent, as with that last fold, a lot of what determines where your leg should be positioned to get the hip stretch is the architecture of your pelvis and your thigh bone. So with the right leg crossed over, what do you notice in the right outer hip, in that kind of deep to the buttock area? And if you're feeling a stretchy kind of tug, that is just right. And if you're not feeling any stretch there, try changing the angle of the leg. And there's even, if you're quite comfortable and you're interested in doing something different, you can reach the bottom leg out long. And now this is like pigeon pose, but sleeping pigeon. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, slowly, gently bend the knee, unwind the legs, switch legs. Left ankle crosses over, and whatever version you started with on the first side, start there on the second side and see how it goes. As these hip stretches become more familiar, you're able to drop in more readily to, oh yeah, this is that spot, this is that feeling, this is where I get the stretchiness of it. And if this is new or you're trying a different variation or if it just feels different today in your body, pay close attention, breath by breath. What am I feeling right now? What sensation do I notice? Inhaling, exhaling. Take a couple more breaths. And gently unwind. Bring the knees to the chest and circle the knees any way they want to go. Reverse. And now take a twist of your choosing. Any kind of spinal twist you like. We've done several different twists today. You could do one of those again or one that you make up. And keep guiding the breath and the awareness into the body. Breathe all the way down the twisty length of the spine. Relax shoulders, neck, and jaw while you're there. And take another couple breaths. When you're ready, change sides. And twist to the other side now. Breathe here. Notice what it's like. Guide the breath all the way down the gentle spiral of your spine. The deepest breath you can comfortably take. Gently return to center. Hug the knees in. It might feel nice to do one more of those resisting, curling up into a little ball movements. And then release. Have whatever you like to be comfortable. If you want your legs over a bolster or a rolled up blanket, Arrange the body so you're comfortable. Take a breath in and squeeze all the muscles once you get there. And release. And you'll do that a couple times once you're comfortable. I know I didn't give you guys much chance to get comfortable. Get comfortable first, then squeeze and release. Let the breath flow in. Let the breath flow out. Let the toes, feet, and ankles relax. Let the calf muscles lengthen and the thigh muscles loosen. Let the whole body rest. Start to deepen the breath. And let the breath flow through the body like a gentle breeze. And as you're ready, roll the head gently from side to side. Move the hands and feet. Inhale, stretch the arms. Take a great big stretch with the whole body, moving, yawning, reawakening. And when you're ready, bend one knee, then both knees. And draw the knees into the chest, rocking over to one side. And take your time as you press up to seated. And bring your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, lowering the chin. Taking a moment in gratitude for something in your day today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Hmm? Oh, namaste means it's a Sanskrit greeting, and one of the translations is I bow to the divine in you. And it's this acknowledgement of, like, I see what's divine in you, or I see God in you. And it doesn't have to be God, like, it doesn't need to be connected to any specific religion. What's beautiful is recently I've heard, it's common in a yoga practice to close with namaste, but I've also heard the Jesuit priest Father Greg Boyle talk about the meaning behind namaste, and its meaning, I see God in you, and I see that goodness within you. And when we look for the goodness within each other, we behave differently. May that guide us in how we act in the world, seeing the divine in each other, because the
Amen to
world
that.
sure needs more of that.
Yep.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, lovelies.
Thank you.